this is one of the birthplaces of actual resistance. Because back in the days, like when indigenous populations, when colonization was happening, they were getting pushed further and further back. This is the place they came because the Europeans had no idea what to do with this, right? They had no idea how to live.
The subject matter is obviously this evergreen topic, and they do a good job at presenting that. What I liked about it was the way we were sort of just taken along for the ride there, allowed to be spectators, and shown exactly all the injustices, and hearing it in these first accounts and all that. I just thought it was all presented really well. Definitely an interesting watch, and something we do need to draw more attention to.
It's admirable how much they love the swamp and how much they want to save it, and even the extents that they're willing to go through to save it. But it's heartbreaking to hear that, like, they're being arrested and detained and even brought up on felony charges just by saving something that is, like, to them, their home. I think that the film really captured all of, like, their emotions very well, and it really made the audience gain a connection to them. And for that, I think the film was fantastic.
It was really cool to be taken on a boat through the swamps to see the extent of it. The scene with law enforcement just really got me riled up, and I wanted to be out there fighting with them. Just seeing some of the seemingly corrupt legislations and bills and the manipulative tactics to silence them was eye-opening. It never felt preachy because they always grounded us in the personal and in the stories, and you could really relate on how in your daily life this would entirely affect you. And I thought that the strength and the passion of those fighting was brilliant, and I was so happy to see some success for them at the end. And I hope this makes people more aware and want to mobilize.
The woman in this is absolutely incredible. I was so blown away at her bravery, her dedication, her commitment to the cause of protecting this land that her and so many others call home. She has an amazing sense of humor, and she truly is not scared of anything, and I think that she made the perfect subject for this documentary. She's a total warrior, a total badass, and has helped to lead massive change within her community. And inspiring other communities to do the same, and also fight for their rights and fight for their land when they shouldn't have to. The film itself, beautifully shot. The shots of the spider webs dripping with morning dew and the beautiful waterways were just so captivating. And this film obviously talks about very prevalent, very troubling issues that are affecting communities today. And there isn't a lot of press coverage. We don't see a lot of what's actually happening because people are being silenced. So I'm glad that this film exists. I'm glad that despite the pipeline being finished, it was delayed by 2 years. It shows that your actions can make a difference and that you should never stop fighting. Even when you're up against big companies and corporations and governments and laws and politicians and all these things, you still have power, and it's your job to do something about it. So this was just a really inspiring documentary, and I'm so glad that people like her and communities like this exist and are so strong and standing in solidarity to protect the land that we all deserve to live on.
I thought this was really interesting. I thought it was really well done. It showcased the swamp and the natural areas so well, especially the whole intro before you kind of got into the meat of the film. It really did a great job of showing you how beautiful the area was and how much like life and like wildlife was there. And then when you have the full introduction of like, this is where people live, this is where like it's not just like some pretty like piece of nature, like this is people's community, this is people's homes. It's just showing you that yes, corporations can be powerful, and yes, they can feel like they're too much to take on, but if you do what you can make a difference. And I just thought it was such a great way. It showed such respect to the land itself and to the people that were fighting for the land, and it was just such a beautiful film. It was beautifully shot, but I also think it was beautifully crafted.
There are a lot of shots which showed the beauty of nature, which I responded to. Dewy spider webs, flocking birds, dragonflies. Overall, like, my impression of it is these people are just fearless. What a wonderful short documentary. Sherry and her people, they're all boss. And Sherry's a storyteller as well. And I loved her speech by the fire. It was very intimate and so true.
Beautifully shot. Great cinematography by Sky Richards. Those are just gorgeous scenic backdrops when Sherry Foytlin is offering her testimony against big oil spill, and then that leading into her current plight against BioBridge pipeline, which has off-railed ETP by about 2 years, which I was very interested in. I was wondering if the Water is Life camp, how great of a success that they considered that, which was very educational, very powerful, and very informative.
We really see the passion and the fierce determination in these people to right these wrongs. And by the end of this just 24-minute short documentary, we see success. We see that that work means something, that there is a means to an end to it, and that it can be reached. Even though some would like you to believe that it is impossible. It's, the system is just too big and too corrupt and too much money and all that. But it is possible. And for the justices that have not yet been served, like to that community that continues to be polluted, they continue to fight. They have not given up because they see the successes around them and they know that that can be them if they continue to fight. Very well done, especially in terms of projecting the personal aspect of why these pipelines are so detrimental to communities. Not just that, it obstructs the environment or it's not very pretty, but that it really has a personal effect on individuals and their health.